Hey guys, so I thought I'd talk about this particular artwork of GG from hololive. It's definitely a weird feeling to kind of draw this particular angle. I haven't done this angle in, shoot, it's been a while. I used to do this angle very often. It's why I'm drawing guides again, because I'm not used to drawing it. But we're going for like a downward camera angle, and we are going up toward the character. But that's basically the idea here. Is we have Gigi in almost a winter coat, which feels odd considering it's the middle of July right now. Well, the end of July, almost August. And it's one of those things that I've been sitting here trying to figure out what I want to draw, and I saw this artwork of this girl wearing a really big coat, and I'm like, yes, that! I want to draw that! But planning it was one of those things that it was super, super difficult because, one, I'm not actually able to see things in my head. Some people don't know this, but regular viewers of my channel who saw my work from the very beginning, I have aphantasia, meaning I cannot see things in my head. I can only think of concepts, but not actually visually see it. This actually wasn't something that I started out having. It was actually later on in life that I developed aphantasia, and I don't know how that works or how that happens, but when I was like 16, 17, I could see things in my head perfectly fine. But as soon as I turned like 18 and 19, I don't know what happened. Well, I don't know if it's like a trauma response. I honestly don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist, so I wouldn't know these things. But right after my father passed away, and I saw a bunch of things like that I'm not going to go into, I suddenly couldn't see things in my head anymore. So it really affected my art, and it really bummed me out. So I had to learn how to draw a different way. Instead of being able to see things, I had to, instead of copying what I saw, I had to deconstruct. And deconstructing what you see in terms of a reference and then learning how to construct it yourself is definitely tricky because, one, I can't really get inspired. I have to see something and then try to change it ever so slightly. And the way I do that is I see something and then I say, okay, I like what's going on here, but what if I move the arm this way or did the hands this way, or, you know, that whole thing. By the way, if you're hearing jingling collars, it's because my dogs are just going nuts in my room right now. So sorry about that. But yes, I've had to learn how to change a pose that I see by moving things and figuring out, does it work or does it not work? And the way you do that, and the way I've always done it, is you start getting really good at constructing things to the point where, like, things like ratios, rule of thirds, like the silver ratio, the golden ratio, you start to do it on impulse. The longer you do it, like, your brain just kind of clicks that this is supposed to be here. This is where it looks best when I position the character here and I move things here. Composition is something that it starts off hard, but then becomes second nature the more you do it. So basically all this to get at, whenever you see this particular artwork that I'm doing of Gigi, know that it's not something you can just copy. You have to kind of figure out how things work. With this particular artwork, I had a lot of trouble figuring out where does hair go that makes it drape right, because we're actually using a little bit of rule of thirds in the composition here, but we're also using perspective going in like a triangle upwards. So let me see if I can visually create that. Sorry, my camera's flipped. But we are creating a perspective, and it's also following the rule of thirds, so we have everything we need to make it solid. Now, in terms of the colors and everything, that was something I had to figure out as I went. Color theory is something that I'm actually pretty good at, but if you followed me for a long time, you know I use similar colors every single time. It's because they're my favorite colors. They seem to always work. I might actually give my color palette, I have a bunch of them that I've made, and if they can help anyone, if you want that, leave it in the comments. I will give you a link. I'll put it on Google Drive and you can download my color palettes. Nobody owns colors, nobody owns poses. If you want to learn from what I use, my resources are there. All you have to do is ask. I actually really enjoy helping people learn how to do art and learn how to use things. So any questions you have, just ask them and I will do my best to answer them. If you've made it this far in the video, something I will say is that YouTube expects people to leave a comment. I should have put this way earlier in the video, but if you're here and you're hearing this, you're a real one, leave a comment, tell me you're still here, and I will forever be grateful. Also, I do have a Patreon, but I do need to give a fair warning. It does have some R34 on it, so no minors. And here pretty soon, the internet apparently is gonna be really strict with minors, so sorry guys, it sucks, but it's the way it is. But yeah, so here we are, we have the full color palette, we have everything we need, and now we're gonna start putting the lighting on. And the way I've done this in this particular artwork is I've used a hard light layer. I saw another artist doing this online, and I wanted to try my hand at it as well. It's interesting. It's kind of, it makes the brights way brighter, but I'm not sure if I'm fully convinced of it yet, but let me know what you think. So now we've got kind of a basic vibe going of the lighting. We are brightening up the face because anime really has a focus on brightening up the face. So remember to always make sure your face is a little bit brighter than everything else. But there's kind of a rule to it. You don't want it to be fully bright. It's kind of a gradient. And you want to follow the curvature of the face. Now, what we have here is we have like little extra details and shading. We're using Ichi-ni-san, which means 1, 2, 3 in Japanese. And that is a style of coloring where you add one base tone, one shadow, and then another shadow. You can add more to it, but generally, if you add much, it becomes overwhelming. So use it sparingly. And that's all I have to say is like, try to keep your colors simple and the amount of shading to be not too intense. We're adding little specks of light using my droplet tool. I think it comes default in Clip Studio Paint, I'm pretty sure. I'm actually not entirely positive, but I also have my brushes you can download on my Google Drive as well. We're doing some post-processes using tonal curves, and also we are using color balance later down the line, I'm pretty sure. But here we are at the end. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Sorry if it was a bit rambly. I tried to cut up the video a bit so it wasn't super rambly. But that's all I have to say, and I'll see you guys next time.